Now let's move to another issue right here in Lagos State. We've had issues of demolition and what it's cost both investors and homeowners, employment and all of that. And it seems Lagos State's government may have a solution, or they are proposing some form of solution. But first of all, let's take it up from there and see what this is costing even the state itself, the issue of demolition and housing Nigerians who reside in Lagos. We have joining us now Barakat Odunuga Bakari. She's a special advisor on housing in Lagos State. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you have made a lot of people cry this period. Doesn't seem fair, and a lot of money has gone down the drain because some of those buildings, we know they cost hundreds of millions of naira, apart from people who have been left homeless. You know, employees, the owners of houses, investors who have put money in, all of that, you know. But some people have asked, couldn't it have been averted?
Well, thank you very much for asking that question. I'll start off by saying that if you have a proper title to a land, or you get proper documentations to a land, and you adhere to the instructions given by the state government, your homes or your properties will not be demolished. The Lagos State Physical Planning Ministry has stated rules and regulations that before you start a building, you have to get approvals, and at each interval, each milestone, you also have to get approvals as well before you proceed to the next level. And most of these recalcitrants or people that don't listen to what the government has stated are the ones that are being affected by this. The Lagos State government has no intentions of demolishing properties that have proper titles or have proper permits. So after those, then you have to get a certificate fit for habitation from the Lagos State Building Control, LABSCA. But if you ask these developers that have built, that have their buildings being demolished, most of them don't have proper titles to those lands, and they don't have those permits.
So that's why you are talking about real estate regulation,
yes,
in order to avoid this kind of outcome, sad outcome that we've seen in recent times in the state.
Yes. So the Ministry of Housing, under the Office of the Special Advisor to Mr. Governor, is coming up with a conference next week. It's the 4th real estate marketplace. It's the theme is a panacea for disaster mitigation and recovery in the built sector, and it's targeted at everyone in the built sector, from PropTech startups to developers to estate agents to anyone literally in the built sector, to sensitize them on what to do to avert such disasters and their buildings being demolished. So it's coming up at the Eco Hotel Expo Center, 13th and 14th of December next week. It's a 2 days conference, and it would be a very rich.
Yeah, but you know, personally, I've attended, of course, as a journalist, I've covered a whole lot of it. It seems when we go to events like this, either you have the elites there, so it doesn't really address the issue, which is to share information and to highlight an easy way to get things done, because you still have the bureaucracy of government, you know, which encourages people to cut corners. You know, you still have costs. These are the issues that the normal average Nigerian faces when they want to build a house. So when they struggle and get some money and are able to get a land, you know. So, I mean, when you have events like this, who is coming? You get the high and mighty. You know, you get the journalists also to broadcast. How do you get the information to those who really need it?
There's publications that have been out for like about 2 weeks now, advising and calling on targeted audience specifically. As at today, we have about 3,100 registrations already for people that are attending. The conference is free, but registration is compulsory, and it's targeted at anybody in the build sector, from the real estate agents to the developers, so not just the elites alone. So it's targeted at everybody that is in the build sector. And I can tell you that it's going to be different because the topics we have for this year's marketplace. So some of those topics are disaster mitigation strategies, best strategies for mitigating disaster in the real estate and built industry. There's also the role of public-private partnerships in enhancing disaster mitigation and resilience in the built industry. There's insurance and risk management as a mitigant and recovery tool. There's also using data obtained from regulation to avoid disaster. I believe the conversations will be held in the language everybody can flow with.
Oh,
yes, definitely.
Okay, but would there be an opportunity for input from them?
Yes, you can ask questions. You can ask questions.
But all of this does not solve the problem of cost, you know. It's still really expensive. Even when government build houses and they call it low-cost housing and all of that, the low earners can hardly reach it.
Well, we have, that's not true, because we have houses ranging from about 3.5 million naira.
How many people can afford 3.5 million naira?
Well, you don't pay at once.
Okay.
You pay an upfront payment and then you pay over the spread of about 10 years.
That's for mortgage?
Yes.
So you should have a mortgage?
We do have a mortgage, yes. That is managed by the Lagos State Mortgage Board. So you can either do that or you can buy outrightly for people that can afford the
and I know that when Mr. Fashola was the governor, when he started the Lagos Homes, he did put some structure in place so it's only first-time homeowners that can access it, you know, so there's no abuse because we know ourselves, you know, a big guy will go and...
It's still the same.
So you still have those structures there.
It's still very much the same.
So we don't have people who have owned homes before getting the first...
No, we don't.
Okay, all right. Well, we hope not to see this. We do know that the state government obviously is trying to cleanse the landscape in Lagos State. That's why we have all of that. But I mean, sometimes when you listen to the stories, I've heard of people who have died, you know, from all of this demolition. So it would be good if we have talks and simplified processes that will make home ownership and home building and get only the professionals who are well informed as developers, you know, into the sector, so it will ease, and then we'll have to see things like
on that note. That's what the agency that I oversee does, the Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority, LASRERA. So the agency was created for...
we used to speak a whole lot with the former SA there, who is now in tourism.
Yes.
Commissioner of Tourism.
Yes. So the agency was basically created to cleanse and sensitize, regularize real estate practitioners in Lagos State, because if you go out now, you see somebody outside, they have a plank in front of their house saying they're practicing real estate. So, and they charge ridiculous amounts for agent fees. So that's what the agency does. And also we've had complaints from people in the past as well too, complaining about developers having like maybe 10 units and selling to about 200 people. And the Lagos State government, through the agency and the partnership with the Ministry of Justice, has been able to recover quite a large sum of money, almost about 500 million naira.
Yeah, I was involved in one of those cases. I covered one of it, and then we brought it to the agency's attention, and they followed up and got to court and things like that. And I do know also that the agency was trying to compile a list of agents, you know, those who should be trusted. But at the time, a fee was also a discouraging factor for that.
Well, you can't practice real estate anywhere without paying a fee to get certified. Even in the UK and the US, it's done everywhere. And I can tell you that the fee that we're telling developers, agents, or realtors to pay in Lagos State is nothing compared to what they make. So you're making money in the state, you should be able to contribute back to the state government as well, for you to get licensed.
All right, okay, give and take. That's the name of the game. Thank you so much, Baraka Tudunga Bakare, Special Advisor on Housing in Lagos State. Thank you for your time and wish you the best
in your outing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right.